What's happening, sports fans? Christian Pedersen and Noah Laxina. Noah Laxin back! Woo!
I'm back, boys.
Noah, Kingsley the intern is joining us also as well.
Kingsley just got the treat of a lifetime.
Yeah, she got a week 1 of San Diego high school football, and it included some shutouts, which I love a shutout. Noah loves a shutout.
I love defense.
We love them for different reasons.
I love defense.
Yes, and I love defense as well. Noah loves them more. We saw upsets. Just have to say that a lot of us on this show picked Saints to beat El Camino. El Camino beats Saints.
I was gonna say real quick. The thing about week 1 is you can see, this team's going to be really good. I love that after this week 1, there's a lot of questions, which means for an entertaining rest of the season about certain teams. Another thing, you see a lot. You said we saw a lot of upsets, and I'm happy that I get to see every week each team improve week by week because we saw a lot of bright spots and a lot of room for improvement.
So you can see down here in the corner, we have all of the scores courtesy of Scorebook Live, our favorite people. We love them. Download their app. Check them out. Scorebook Live does a lot of great work at SB Live CA on the social media. Noah, we are a show dedicated to all, big and small, top and bottom. So I will go through all of the scores. If we come across a game where you have a shout out or a game ball or something specific that you want to say about that game, go ahead and jump in. Even if it's just saying this is one of my surprises, that was one of my things that I love to see, want to see more out of them. We'll get going through this. First off, the Thursday games, we saw Grossmont with their new head coach, get his first win, 37-14 over Sweetwater. Mar Vista beats Crawford 28-7. Patrick Henry beats Mount Miguel 42-7. All 3 of those wins, including this one makes no sense, but La Jolla allegedly beat West Hills on that day. Come on, Scorebook Live. Just as we're plugging you.
Scorebook Live, we love you. Let's go.
Those are the Thursday games. The intern Kingsley is back in the studio with us. On to the Friday games. We got San Diego Jewish Academy. They moved to 1-0 with a 43-6 win over Borrego Springs. The Morse Tigers open up the season with a 38-13 win over Bonita Vista. Morse, I think there's never a question about their offensive capabilities and strategy. But
no matter what type of offense they're throwing out on the field.
But you see sometimes the early indicator to me for Morse is how close the games are.
Yes.
And the defense... This is a big a 13-point game for the defense is a great sign.
Yes.
Early on in the season for Morse that they have the offense already and the defense is close to figuring things out. The Lincoln Hornets, I don't think anybody was surprised that they opened up the season at 1-0, but a 49-0 win over Monta Vista, that's big. The Hive is alive. Their second Jaleel, Tucker and Florence now both committed to the University of Oregon. Congratulations to their defensive backs for not having to change any colors when they move into college. St. Joseph Academy 44-0 over Rock Academy. Congratulations to the Crusaders. Oh man, we got a couple of big shutouts here. San Ysidro 52-0 over Claremont.
Wow. Cedro, huh?
That got a gasp and a ugh from the intern.
That's our team mascot right here, Kingsley.
She's the intern. That's the joke that we've been going since you have been gone.
The greatest intern of all time, right here.
Well, we had to fill your role, and this is how we filled your role. Didn't even go that deep with it.
Gotta get another dog in here.
The game that I was at for the first half of Steel Canyon and Eastlake with a 10-6 win, second half comeback. It was 6-0 Steel at the half.
Eastlake,
tell me only one thing though.
Okay. Multiple things. You can't say that. It's for South Bay love. Okay. So when it comes to Eastlake, I love that they were able to get a close win early. There's been a lot of hype surrounding the Titans, a lot of hype surrounding some of these South Bay teams, and the fact that they win a nitty-gritty defensive battle early says a lot. And it says a lot about Steel Canyon as well. Yes, they lost, but I feel like they're going to be a very tough out in their league competition.
That 6 for Steel is a defensive touchdown as well.
Right.
So
The offense definitely needs to pick it up.
It's an interesting thing that you look at that the defense literally already keeping them in games.
Literally.
And if they got any sort of offense there from Steele, that would have been a dub for them. But Eastlake 1-0. Westview 14-13 over your Olympian Eagles. I am sorry.
I've seen that. Shout out to the new coach over there. You know, taking on a new program is always tough, but you know, getting those kinks out the way and you know, keeping that steady progress, I'm not worried about that.
Modern Day Catholic 53, Brawley 21.
That offense is always
crank it loose.
It's a well-oiled machine at this point. You just know when you see a Modern Day score, regardless of win or loss, you're gonna see at least 21 on the board.
So shout out to Brawley for putting up 3 scores on that Modern Day defense. That Modern Day defense is loaded, but I mean, yeah. It's a
track meet.
53 already going up.
It's not even spring season. It's a track meet over at Modern Day.
Again, all these scores you see in the corner brought to you by Scorebook Live, the official digital content provider of the entire state. But we just love their San Diego scores because we love their San Diego analyst. Mission Hills, Chaparral. Grizzlies, man, they always get huge wins against non-league opponent or non-section opponents.
Yeah.
Hard to illustrate to people just how big of a dub that is.
I wanted to shout out Carlsbad as well.
We'll get to them.
Again, great.
We'll get to them. You can literally see the lineup of games and how I'm reading these off. Mountain Empire 51-0 back to the shutouts over Maranatha Christian. Nick Novak will have to wait a week for his win or his first win as a head coach at the high school ranks. Love it. Like a third shutout that we've had to talk about. I love seeing that many of them early on this season.
I mean, shoot. Sorry for those teams that did get the goose egg. I hope you guys score next week, but man, it's nice to see 0.
No, you don't have to apologize. Yeah, okay. We hope they score next week. It's fun to talk about. Rancho Bernardo 33, San Marcos 22. I feel like this is got to be considered for an upset of the week.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, do you see a lot of hype coming around a lot of these teams? But, you know, week 1 is a big reality check. And I think it's great to see upsets like this because it shows that the talent is dispersed around the league and it's not as like one-sided as people may have thought going into the season.
It also gives us a chance to just be absolutely freezing cold take wrong when we call this an upset. And then RB goes 10-0.
Yeah,
and
they win a stage title. And like,
you thought that was going to be an upset.
You slept on us.
Exactly.
You know what? More fuel to your fire. We'll take it, man. And it gives great content for the rest of the San Diego County and gives you more exposure. So shout out to you all. Either way, it's a win-win.
The win that you wanted to jump ahead to is Carlsbad 35 over Great Oak 14.
Yes,
what's so excited about that?
When we were talking about the other about Mission Hills, I actually had a game ball for both Mission Hills and Carlsbad for both.
Okay, representing San Diego County. Representing
San Diego County and just it's week 1 and. A lot of times, we're facing our rival. We're facing, San Diego. We have beef with them, whatever. But when you go and step up in San Diego as a city and you have all of San Diego on your back and you go out and you perform, that's just, you deserve a lot of credit for that. And in Great Oak, my friend Dimitri Felton, who's on the Cleveland Browns, he went to Great Oak High School. So, Dimitri, you stink. Your school stunk. I'm just kidding. Shout out Great Oak. I hope you have a good rest of your season.
Santana 10, Coronado 7. That is an overtime win for the Sultans.
OT
that deserves a game ball. OT week 1.
Imagine the coaches, like, you lose an OT game, you go back, like, damn, I got 10 more weeks of this. Like, OT, 6 quarters, like, having all those extra possessions. Oh, you want to get that week 1 win so bad to go now on OT.
This is another one in a string of very much, man, you feel for them, but you can walk away with your head held high losses that Coach Hines has had at Coronado, where they're perennially like within a score late, and they're just the ones that are on the losing side of it. So a silver lining there. I don't think Coronado will suffer as much as you're alluding to they might.
Yeah.
La Jolla 42. Bishops 3, Jackson Stratton 5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns.
That's why we had Jackson Stratton sign the door, man.
That's legendary. That sign the door before even week 1, and then he goes out and throws 5 touchdowns. That's like.
I mean, I don't think that has any correlation,
that's
but it's
definitely
dope.
Prep Insider magic just sprinkled all over him.
Sure. Let's take credit for the 6'4".
We're taking credit for all of that. But shout out to you, Dustin. I hope you get more exposure from that, and I want to see Madden numbers all year. That's my challenge to you.
Shout out
Be
to
legendary.
Shout out to the Bishops Knights for largest team that they've ever had numbers wise. 21 freshmen have joined the ranks this year, so hang with them. Hang with them. El Cap over the newly rebranded Canyon Hill, that says Canyon Hills Conquistadors. It's Canyon Hills Rattlers.
The Rattlers, what a name!
What a name! What a name! El Cap gets the win. I completely butchered the intro to that. Let me redo that. Hi, San Diego. Good morning. El Cap 46, Canyon Hills 12. The Vaqueros, big win for them. El Cap has a tough league schedule, so all the non-league dubs that they can get, I love it because it helps. It helps with sometimes when you look at those league win-losses and you have a team that's 5-5, you're like, all right, or like maybe 3-7. You're like, that doesn't do much for the league. But if they go out and win their 5 non-league, it helps bring some balance and understanding to that.
We see that with the Avocado usually from year to year. And now El Cap, forget those good strength wins. They're going to be a beat. They're
always a loaded up team, but they just always run into 4 losses late in the season that are close to, unavoidable.
Them El Cap boys can hit. I'll tell you that.
Mission Bay 48, El Cajon Valley 0. I think this is going to be an interesting team. Mission Bay this year is,
it's been like
good.
A few years in the making.
They've been good for a couple years. They're no longer the surprising team.
You see that steady growth. That stock just rising.
And so I'm going to say that it's time to show out. Like, let's see what they can do as a program, and they're going to have a lot of eyes on them this year. Granite Hills, 14-10 over Poway.
That's a matchup I look forward to every year, Granite Hills, Poway. Whenever they could come across and meet each other, you just know it's going to be physical. You know that you're going to see some big runs. You're going to see some linemen get after it in the trenches. And that's a trenches type score right there, 14-10.
The Del Norte Nighthawks, another one of the games that we previewed before this week started, 54-6 over the Escondido Cougars. Congratulations, Del Norte. We said on the preview show, Del Norte is always fun to watch early out the gate because everything clicks. They know how to start the season very well. So great win for them. Helix 28-20 against Mira Mesa.
That was a close
so
one.
This one, I think we go back and we circle this one now. So at the 5 week mark of the season, we go back and we replay the tape on this week.
Yeah.
This will have either said that Helix is still trying to figure it out, or that Mira Mesa and the Chris Thompson revival is real. Because I
like to say they're like that. They're like that. They're them. I think Mira Mesa is like that.
And it seems very possible that, Thompson has been there now, I want to say 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, for a minute. He's been there for a minute for sure.
And he showed up with Noah Tumblin, and there was talent there initially, but he had to, you mold a program.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit of time, in the same way that we were talking about Mission Bay. It's time to show us what this transition has molded you guys into. This could either be something that we look back and be like, okay, Helix, it took them a couple weeks. They moved on from that. Mira Mesa wasn't the real deal. But the same with that Coronado loss, the Mira Mesa loss here, you circle and you go, that could still be really interesting. SFC 38, Valley Center 21. The Eagles, they're off. They lost Zach Britton, I think. Their big tight end, but their offense largely returned everything from last year, so that doesn't really surprise me. Valhalla 14, Hilltop 8. Coach Bussey and Busey, I say them both to cover my bases, with his return to the head coaching job at Valhalla. Congratulations on that win there. Shout out to them. El Camino, as we mentioned, big upset according statistically to everybody that was on this show, not according to anybody at El Camino. 21-13 over Saints.
The game ball to their quarterback because he threw a pick six. Kia Reed threw a pick six, threw another interception, but ended up with 2 rushing touchdowns, found a way to come back against St. Augustine strong. I mean, week 1 and you see on your calendar you're playing the Saints, you got to bring it. And for him to overcome that adversity and for him to lead his team, his running back was hurt. Hope he's doing okay. He had an ankle injury, but for them to come back and have a strong win against St. Augustine, who we've seen over the offseason was putting in a lot of work, I think they've opened up a lot of eyes early.
Otay Ranch 19, Madison 14.
I like to see
it's a big win for Otay. That's a big win for Otay.
The Metro Mesa this year is strong, and I think we saw that last year when Otay upset Mater Dei, there was a big fest of, wow, Otay really did that. And there was a lot of, takes on how Mater Dei threw that game away. But Otay is very strong. They got a lot of returning talent. It's going to be a crazy triangle in the Metro Mesa between Mater Dei.
I was one of the people salty that Otay derailed
Otay.
Mater Dei's story last year. And now we're realizing that, no, just everyone's good down there. Vista 44, Paloma Valley 8. Gotta love the Panthers, man.
Oof.
Keep winning. They win big. I like them. La Costa Canyon gets edged out by Tesoro 17-7. Flip that coin every time you play some of these top tier San Clemente, Tesoros,
right,
Chaparrals, Great Oaks. It's a win. It's a loss. It's just good for the program that we're taking on some of these big ones. Leave it in. San Clemente 38, Oceanside 0. That's a little bit harder pill to swallow than a close score. But you look at that, and Oceanside, man, if they're 7-3, they're still lethal.
Right. And if you look,
whatever, great.
If you're a team that has Oceanside on the schedule in these next coming weeks,
run in terror.
Get ready.
They're going to unload on somebody. They're going to unload on somebody.
I mean, you got to release all that on something, right? Yeah. And I mean,
the scout team be damned. Escondido Charter 55, Hamilton 0. Shout out to the White Tigers. Army Navy 36, Foothills Christian 0. Big win for Army Navy. Foothills Christian's been a very talented, deep team the last couple of years.
Had a nice streak coming to the end, but
this next one really surprised me. Ramona 19, Point Loma 14. Point Loma pulls the ripcord after 1 week of last year's season, citing that they just didn't have a squad capable of safely playing with the schedule that they were slotted up for.
Right.
And a lot of people preseason have Ramona hovering around that top 10 watch list. I know 19-14 is still a win on paper. It is what was predicted to happen, but that feels a lot closer for comfort than I think the Ramona fans wanted. And a lot more exciting for Point Loma than they were expecting. Rancho Buena Vista 32, Castle Park 0. Big win for the Longhorns. They were going on the road down to the South Bay. Everybody down there in the South Bay has a field that can entirely play home field advantage because it's still dirt. And that's a big win for RBV. Francis Parker 7, Tri-City Christian 0. Stephen Cooper gets his first head coaching win.
Oh, so that's a big one. Get that first monkey off your back.
One of the two Chargers now has a head coaching win. 7-0's big. Like, that's both sides of the ball being clutch. Come up with that one touchdown.
You gotta run out the clock.
Yeah, I'm down with it. West Hills 55, Kearney 0. Hard to read, but when you execute 55-0, you got to assume that means both sides of the balls are really good for West Hills.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah. Great feeling.
I mean, we love the close wins. We love the stressfulness. But, man, when you could just
in a game that was scheduled at the last minute, so both teams were appreciative that it's even happening. 56-20, Scripps Ranch over San Pasqual. Bum for San Pasqual. They wanted Orange Glen. They did not get Orange Glen. They wanted their rivals. They didn't get their rivals. They still had. Then they had to go play Scripps. Scripps is really good. I just, great for both teams that they didn't have to sit out a week because of their opponents taking a COVID L. University City 48-6 over Fallbrook. Sam Cooper looks really, really good as the quarterback at University City. University City, with this win, I think very much becomes a front runner type conversation starter to win their division. Very, very good team.
From week to week, look at them for being one of the
highlight-worthy teams. Yeah, if Sam Cooper's going to be doing that kind of stuff, yes. Mount Carmel 33-17 over Central. Drew Westling gets his debut win with the Sun Devils. That's a good win.
Love to see it.
They looked a little scattered in the scrimmage week, so that's a big win for them. Holtville 36, Southwest 29. Congratulations to the Vikings. Cathedral 28-14 over Torrey Pines.
They jumped out. Number 1 team in the county, Cathedral, right? That's what we say. That's what they're coming into it, and they jumped out fast against Torrey Pines. But you got to give it to Torrey Pines. They didn't quit, made it a game, and I just think that offense is going to come together from week by week. It's going to build, and they're going to get a lot of stuff done.
A lot of love towards Lucky Sutton. A lot of love. Those are the scores from week 1. Noah, any game balls, shout-outs, anything we didn't get to?
I did want to give Shout out to West Hills sophomore quarterback Colin Deal, who played great. He had a long touchdown. And, you know, to come in as a sophomore, do damage. I love giving the young kids love. And for him to come out and start strong week 1, show that he's legit, show that he put a lot of work in the offseason and is showing out on Friday nights. That's just something that you really got to love.
Love it. We will be back next week with another recap show. We'll have scores, highlights, all that kind of stuff posted at SD Prep Insider on Twitter, on Instagram, and Noah Lax is officially taking over running our TikTok. So I don't know what that means yet.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
But all I know is that it's going to get better than just me generically reclipping clips from the show. Or the one of these that I did of no, it was the Hayloft one.
Okay.
Of Orange Glen scoring 80 and then Santa Fe Christian's like, no, we're gonna score 84. It was a football game last. You were gone.
Oh wow.
It was pandemic. It's not that hard to find. We'll go back and rewatch it. Folks, we really appreciate all your support. Go watch a game next week. Thank you for the fans and everyone else that tuned out. We'll see you later.